Hi, everybody. It's Dr. Lori. This is Ask Dr. Lori Live. I'm the PhD Antiques Appraiser. It's good to be with you. Everything's unscripted. I don't know what's coming. Doing free appraisals. My guests are here as well. Let's get started. I'm going to talk to my guests. They're from all over the world, and they'll show me their objects. I'll give you some tips about reselling and, of course, buying, selling, negotiating right here. Hi, it's Dr. Lori. How are you?
Hi, Dr. Lori. This is Liz from Tucson, Arizona.
Hi, Liz. How are things?
I'm doing good, thanks. How about you?
I'm fine. What have you got there?
Well, I have what I think is a cultured pearl necklace with a 14-karat clasp.
Okay. Can you hold up the pearls? Let's see. Nope, you got it. You were doing fine. Perfect, right there. Oh, yay. Here's what I want to see. Try not to move it if you can. I know it's hard. Try not to move it if you can. The 14-karat gold clasp is always a pretty good indicator, right? I like to look for consistent luster and consistent size of the pearls. So do you have a caliper? Were you able to actually measure the pearls? Are they 6 millimeters, 8 millimeters?
Let's see. I'm going to say they're kind of oblong. So they're about 8 by 9 or 7 by 8, something
okay,
like that.
That's about a standard size. Usually there's 6 or 8 millimeters. They're very nice. Are they 16 inches, 18 inches? Typically they'd be 18 inches.
18 inches.
18 inches. That's great. They do look to be cultured pearls from the video, and value on them retail about $1,500. How did you acquire them?
They were in a lot of costume jewelry on an online auction.
Wow.
So, I figured I spent about $3 on them.
Wow, that's wonderful. Congratulations. There's a lot in there, right? There's a lot of those pieces that are just floating around that people will miss. And the mark is 14-karat gold on the clasp as well.
Yes.
Terrific. They do look like they're from the 1980s. They don't look like they're mid-century. They look a little bit later than that. They look late, and that's based on not the pearls, but actually based on, well, two things, kind of the pearls, based on the clasp and also the size of the pearls. They get pretty popular, that 7 to 8 millimeter, but that could actually be any time, but they're popular in the 1980s. Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Will you answer my question of the day?
Which is?
Well, tell me your favorite Friends character from the TV program.
Oh, wow. Gosh, to be honest with you, I never really watched Friends that much.
Okay.
So
if you can't answer it, it's no problem. Then I'm your favorite friend. Nice to see you.
Okay.
Bye. I'm Dr. Lori, and we're doing appraisals, of course. Art, antiques, and collectibles. Have you signed up for my newsletter yet? My newsletter is available at drloriv.com, and it gives you all kinds of tips, just like the tips I'm giving you here about, of course, how to sell for top dollar. You can go to drloriv.com, give us your email, and when we send out the newsletter, you'll get it. Hi, Dr. Lori here. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I am Jessie, and I'm from East Texas.
Hi, Jessie. I love the blue. I love the blue next to you. How pretty.
Yes, this is what I was going to show you. I have the whole set.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Yes. So this is the chamber pot, of course, and it's Wedgwood.
Yeah. I'm sorry. You go ahead.
Yes. I did a little bit of research.
Come up a little closer, honey. All right. Yeah, that's nice. So you've got the chamber pot, you've got a wash bowl, you've got a pitcher for the wash bowl.
And the soap dish.
And the soap dish into the middle of the shot. So can you put it in front of your body? And can I see the pitcher, please? Oh, beautiful. All right. So you said you did a little bit of research.
Yes. From what I learned, it was made in 1905 by the artist who did it was George Logan.
Can you show it to me? Show me the picture again. Show everybody the picture. Right. So here's why it's obvious to the Art Nouveau period. Also another period, another sort of sub style in that time period is also arts and crafts. This particular piece has that very same kind of look. So when you're looking for pieces, I want you to look for oftentimes elongated geometric forms, which is what you have here. And also patterns that are not sort of patterns straight across, but patterns that actually will move in diagonals. That's very typical of the early 1900s. But again, you looked at the mark, you found the artist, and you did great research. So good for you. So you found the artist, and you also have a wonderful firm in Wedgwood.
Yes.
Right? Okay. So now, how much did you pay for it and where did you get it?
I bought it from a lady who had listed it on Facebook, of all places.
That's not of all places. There's a lot of good stuff on Facebook.
Yes.
Facebook Marketplace. A lot of people on the social media channels are actually so this is a tip for those of you who don't know this, but to source your pieces, Facebook Marketplace is very much, yard sale stuff.
Yes.
And a lot of it is higher end because it didn't have to be schlepped out to the front lawn. So you'd be surprised at the good stuff that people are finding on Facebook Marketplace. Yeah, that's true.
So
you were saying
that for $40.
Wow.
Now, it's a little more beat up than I expected. There's been a few repairs done to the handles. And so that was when I got to her house, because we live out in the middle of nowhere. And it was about an hour drive. So I went ahead and took it because I felt bad for her.
All right, well, for $40, you didn't do badly. In good condition, it would be worth $200 for the whole set.
Okay.
So for $40, it's probably worth somewhere around $180, $175, $180, based on actual sales records. Why? It's very beautiful. It's very nice. Could you get somebody who says, I just want the bowl, or I just want the, the soap dish, or whatever it is? Don't break up the set.
Oh, yeah.
Never break up the set. Some people might like the picture. Seeing in the comments. I love the comments. Everybody's telling me what's what. And they can answer the question of the day too in the comments. But basically, try to keep the set intact if you're thinking about reselling it. And if you're thinking about holding it on to for yourself, it will increase in value, of course. Usually when we hit those century marks, 2025, you're going to see the early 20th century stuff actually spike a little bit too. So it did okay at $40. I don't like to hear repair.
Yeah, I know.
One thing if the condition is sort of consistent with age and wear, but once you start to get to it was repaired, now you're repairing ceramics, so that's kind of dicey. But for $40, you didn't do bad.
Okay, thank you.
Right. Hey, nice to see you. Will you answer my question of the day? Your favorite Friends character?
I didn't watch it that much, but the few episodes I did watch, I loved Phoebe.
Phoebe, okay. I like Phoebe wore her bracelet and rings on every single finger.
Yes.
I'm a jewelry girl, Anyway, nice to see you, hon. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, lots of good places. So, when you're looking for what to look for, I want you to look for complete sets. I want you to look for consistent design. I want you to look for brand names like Wedgwood. Don't forget also some of these places. This is what the channel does. The community helps the community, right? So all of you are saying, hey, I'm finding stuff on Facebook Marketplace. I'm finding stuff on Vatican. I'm finding stuff on, wherever it might be. And I want you to know those tips too. So there you go. Nice to see all of you. And thanks for being with me. The chilly Chicago suburb. Chicago's always cold, boy. I spent time in Chicago. That wind will get you, but it's a beautiful city. Hi, Dr. Lori. How are you?
Hi, my name is Alicia.
Hi, Alicia. How are you?
Good. I have this painting.
You do have that painting.
It's sort of damaged, but
well, it doesn't look like it's stretched. It looks like it's just attached to the frame.
It is. That's why I bought it. One of the reasons.
Yeah. Okay, you bought it because it was attached to the frame, or you bought it because of the frame?
Well, because it was so beautiful and the art is very intricate, so I knew it was different.
Okay.
Than what I've seen, and then also because the frame itself.
The frame's big. It's nice. The frame's new. I mean, in terms of it's a contemporary frame molded, but it's nice frame. Where are you calling from, Alicia? Columbus, Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's see. A couple of things about the piece. The piece, first of all, if you'll hold it up and show us the back, I want to talk a little bit about stretchers. It's an oil-on canvas. It should be stretched. What you're looking now at is the back of the canvas. So basically, it should be stretched on stretcher bars. They are very, very lightweight wooden bars, and then the canvas is stretched around it and attached to those bars, so the canvas stays taut. If you have a piece, and this is a what to look for, if you have a piece that is not stretched, it needs to get stretched. And people go, oh, I have to have it stretched? Well, yes. And the reason why you have to have it stretched is you don't want to just put a backboard to the back of a piece of canvas, to a painting on canvas, because, of course, then over time, it will slip. You'd have to glue it down. It's not good for the canvas. Canvas has to breathe. So paintings need to have that armature, if you will, or those stretcher bars, if you will, and then it attach. So you might have to have somebody, maybe a local museum could give you a reference, or a local art school could stretch your painting for you. might cost you $50 to $75 to have it restretched. Now the front of the painting, can I see the front of the painting?
Sure.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you up and down.
Like the Claude Monet painting, but I don't think it's necessarily Claude Monet.
Is it signed?
No.
Okay. So it looks like a copy of the art of the Impressionists. To me, in fact, it does look like the work of the artists at the artist colony in Argenteuil, Monet and Renoir, who are working with, of course, flowers at that time in the early 1870s. So that's what you're actually looking for. And Will likes Joey. And this particular piece, I would say, is 20 by 24?
25 by 27, I think.
Okay, 25 by 27. Is that the outside of the frame or is that the inside of the piece?
That's the frame. So you might be right on the size.
Okay. Well, it's a guess. Value on the frame is going to be $100. Value on the painting is going to be $100. I'd go $200 on your piece. How much did you pay?
$5. It was actually supposed to be free, and it was from an auction. But I found value in it just when I saw it. So the lady, I asked her where it was from. So the lady wanted me to pay $5, but I was fine with that.
Okay. So, well, it's nice except for the issue with the stretcher. So in order to keep it long term, it's the issue with the stretcher.
Yeah.
So you're going to have it restretched. Your favorite friend's character?
Phoebe.
Phoebe? Everybody likes Phoebe.
She always seemed kind of aloof, but she was smarter than everyone at the end.
That's right. That's kind of true. Yeah, that's kind of true. Yeah. Thank you so much. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. So it's a lot to do with when it comes to artwork. You have to think about these other elements. Now, the frame is always a good tip, right? That was a good big frame, heavy, strong, that kind of thing. That's always good. And frames are very important. They're important for many reasons. They're important to protect the artwork. Hi, it's Dr. Lori. How are you?
Oh, hey, Dr. Lori. How are you?
Hey, how are you? I'm here in Pennsylvania. Where are you?
I'm in Utah. I just started watching yesterday, so cut me some slack.
Okay, I'll cut you some slack. I could do that. I'm good with slack.
Okay, awesome.
I'll be a slacker. So tell me, you just started watching yesterday. What got you to watch?
My mother's actually in town visiting, and she loves you. And I binge watched all night last night.
How fun. Well, thank you. And thanks to your mother, too. It's wonderful you get to spend some time together. And thanks for binge watching. For those of you who don't know how to binge watch, in a second, I'll show you. The Binge Link is very, very easy. You go to the specials and shop page, and basically it's right there, right underneath, of course, where you see how you get on the show. So a lot of you are saying, how do I get on live? What do I do? There are the instructions right there on my specials and shop page. And below that is the Binge Link. You can also scroll down the page. There's all kinds of stuff on the page, but we'll talk about that later. Tell me your first name again.
It's Laura.
Laura, honey. So tell me, what have you got here? It looks like some jewelry.
I do. I have some jewelry.
Okay.
It's 14 karat gold.
Stop right there. Right there. You had it right there. Back up a little bit. Perfect. Okay. A little bit more if you back up. All right.
Then
Nice.
on the sides, it has these.
Okay, now I want you to see the open work of this ring. You see how open that is? That usually indicates that they're trying to get more light toward those stones, right? And the more light you get on those stones, the more they sparkle, right? So usually that means that the stones are a lower quality, okay? So that's not a bad thing, but you just have to be aware. So they kind of compensate with the setting to make the stones look better. How many of those stones are there? And have you tested the stones? Are they diamonds?
They are diamonds. I don't know how many stones are here.
Okay.
About 20-ish.
Okay. So they look like they are relatively small. They're probably 1/8 to 1/4 of a carat for each one. I don't have rings on like that today. So that's what I always look at my own to say, can I compare it? But basically, is it marked 14 karat gold?
Yes.
And how did you acquire it?
It's from my grandmother.
Oh, it was handed down.
Yeah.
Well, that's nice. All right. So it probably dates to the middle years of the 20th century. And depending on the quality of the stones, small stones, usually, mediocre quality, if you will, I would say about $750 with the 14 karat gold setting. So
Awesome.
very nice. Yeah.
Thank
Do you
so
wear
much.
it?
I do. Only on special occasions, though.
Okay, well, if you're out at a special occasion, just don't take it off. You're washing your hands in the bathroom, whatever. Oh, I want to see your ring. You can look at my ring on my hand. Don't hand it to somebody to be nice. Wear the ring, enjoy it, because if you lost it, you'd feel terrible. So beautiful. Hey, your favorite Friends character, hon, Laura?
Phoebe.
Phoebe, everybody likes Phoebe. How about it? All right. Question of the day. What fun. Nice to meet you and hello to your mom.
Pleasure. Thank you.
My pleasure. My pleasure. There's a lot on the channel. You can binge the channel. There's so much to see on the channel. And of course, don't forget, if you don't want to do it this way, if you don't want to be on the show, if you're a little bit shy, you can do a video call. That's right. Personally with me. We keep the cost low so you can have that service. Everyone says, Dr. Lori, thanks for doing this service. Yeah, it's wonderful. I'm happy to do it. And the video calls, a lot of fun, And you can have multiple items or a whole house done during the video calls. Hi, it's Dr. Lori. How are you?
Hi, Dr. Lori. I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good. Nice to see you. I got to ask, does it hurt? Does it hurt? Does it hurt in your nose?
No, actually, I didn't even feel it when I got it done.
Gosh, you're all brave. I'm such a baby. I'm afraid of a tattoo. I'm afraid of the piercing. I'm afraid.
Tattoos too.
Yeah, do those hurt more? Those must hurt more.
Yes.
But you know
Absolutely.
what it is about all of this? It is interesting. It's beautiful. It's also indicative of something that you remember, a memory of somebody or something that happened in your life. You know, I think it's kind of cool, personally. Anyway, what's your first name, honey?
Angela.
Hi, Angela. Where are you calling from?
Phoenix, Arizona. Sunny Phoenix.
Sunny Phoenix. I like the plants too, Angela. You're growing plants. I kill everything. I kill plants. I kill shrubs. I kill the whole deal. The plants are like, oh God, don't go near her. So you're good. You've got a green thumb there, hon.
I try.
Yeah, you're good. All right. Anyway, what do you want to show me?
Well, I found recently these two Goebel.
That was kind of weird. Did you see how they just kind of came up? That was kind of weird. Okay.
Yeah, sorry about that. I just turned my camera.
No, not you. It's just, I was looking at the plants and all of a sudden these two like images kind of emerged. So you're saying they're Goebels, like Hummels? They don't look like Goebels. Can I? Oh yeah, they're Goebels. All right. So they're the Goebel bride and groom.
Yeah, the bride herself has just a very small chip on the bottom, right?
Okay, you're gonna back them up so I can see them both together, right? Not with your hands. Show me them. Yeah, back up some more.
Trying. It's weird with this camera angle.
I know you're weird, but that's okay. I know it's weird, not you're weird. All right, so we can kind of see them. That's all right. Stop. There it is. You can see the bride and the groom. You can see that they are in early 20th century dress. Right. Yes. So you're seeing that they are basically dressed from a period that would be sort of the 1920s to the 1940s. That's the era they're trying to capture. The mark on the bottom was a Goebel mark. Can you show us the mark on the bottom, Angela? Of either one. You see that mark? That mark is a 1980s era Goebel mark.
Okay.
And back up a little bit. Show me the mark. Yeah, don't go so fast. People are trying to see. Can you pack it up with the mark if you could? Yeah. Oh, Angela, you're cute.
I'm sorry, my hands are shaking.
No, you're not. There is no need to apologize here. You are among friends. Great. So a couple of things. There are also mold marks, other information, and oftentimes these marks will be indicative of the shape of the piece. So you're seeing these numbers and you're going, what are those numbers? They're never dates. So how did you acquire them? It's earthenware, ceramic, hand painted, hand glazed. That's how Goebel makes them. And it's similar to, of course, the Hummel figurines. These are not Hummel figurines. Hummel figurines are based on drawings by a nun named Sister Hummel. These are not they. These are, in fact, Goebel's, which is the company that makes Hummels. So how'd you acquire these?
I just got these the other day at Goodwill for $3.49 each.
Wow. Very good. Very good. So first of all, the bride and groom will sell very well when? June, right? Right. So the time when a lot of people are getting married, summer weddings. And the other thing about them, they look like they're about 8 inches tall, 8 inches tall.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. And no chips, no cracks?
The only chip was in the very, very bottom on the bride.
Can you see it? Yeah, you can kind of see it. Okay. All right. Okay. Not terrible, but there is a chip. Okay, not terrible.
Yeah.
So value on them, I would say $50 each, and I'd say $65 each, or about $125 during June.
During June, okay. So I should keep hold on to them.
You have to know when to sell, right? You have to know when to sell. But they're nice. They're nice. You might have to go down a couple bucks because of that chip. Do not break up the set. A bride goes with a groom.
Right. Yep. I couldn't believe when I saw them.
Yeah. Based on actual sales records. So you bought them where? A thrift store?
Goodwill.
And how much did you pay?
$3.49 for one. Basically, it was $7 for the pair.
Oh, that's great. To make 125, but you have to hold them, right?
Mhm.
And then you have to get them. I always say sort of the last week of May, before Memorial Day, is when you got to get the wedding stuff starts. You know,
I would say
online.
right. Although in Arizona in June,
Yeah,
it's
but
very hot.
most of the world, it's June.
Yeah,
You know,
it's
most of the
normal
world,
weather for
sort of
them.
the press vernacular for weddings is the month of June, and then of course again, fall is becoming very popular too for it. But really very nice, really very nice. I like them a lot. That was a good deal. That was a good deal. Your favorite Friends character, which is the question of the day?
Joey.
Joey.
I always liked Joey. He was so simple, and he was just
Joey.
straightforward and honest. You couldn't help but love him.
I know. Remember the one he comes in all Chandler's clothes, and I'm wearing all your clothes. Yeah, they had some good ones, man. They had some good ones, and I think most of us can recite a lot of it, right? We can recite,
Probably, something I grew up watching.
That's right. We loved watching. So great. Well, nice to meet you. Thanks so much, and thanks for teaching me a little bit about plants. I kill everything. African violets, rhododendron, you name it. I've killed them all. Oh, well, so I guess I need a landscaper. That's what it sounds like. Anyway, I'm Dr. Lori. Here's my next guest. Hi.
Hello.
How are you? How are you? Can you hold your camera horizontally, please?
I'll be upside down.
Well, your camera should move. Your camera is actually, your camera is locked. When you unlock the camera, we'll come back to you if we can, but you have to hold your camera horizontally so we can get a full screen for everybody. And of course, we want to have a good experience for all of you watching. So I'm sorry that, some of you aren't ready or such or can't do it. We need to have a good connection as well. Hi, it's Dr. Lori. How are you? Oh, I don't have audio. Got no audio for you, hon.
I do that in meetings all the time.
That's all right. What's your name?
My name's Carolyn.
Hi, Carolyn. I'm glad that we don't have to be in a meeting.
Me too.
Right? So where are you calling from? What state?
I am calling from Massachusetts.
Nice. What can I look at for you today, Carolyn?
Well, I just found you also this past weekend, and it was 3 weeks after I had found an auction website.
Okay.
Bought a bedroom set, the first one, bought some art, the second one, and the third one was I was looking for Labor Day weekend around where we were. And so I got a sign, or I went with my gut. I saw this antique chair that we have.
I need you to tilt down so I can see the chair. All right. Okay.
So we have that chair. I'm like, who else has that chair? So I had to go I'm in Massachusetts, and we were going to Binghamton, and I had to go to Syracuse to get it. And I said, it'll be nice for all the kids to have one. And then I have to make it worth it. So when I started looking at the website, everything looked so original, so real, so beautiful. It was from this stuff came from a mansion in Syracuse.
Show me the chair again. And let's be a little bit briefer. So you're trying to find this chair, and you get that chair.
I'm trying to find out really if this one is real. This one right here. This is the one I want to know.
We're talking about the chair.
Oh, okay.
Okay. You want me to evaluate the chair? I need you to get a good shot of the chair. Okay. That chair is a Renaissance Revival chair. It's early 20th century. It has a scoop bottom, and it looks like it also has what's sometimes called the blowing wind crest rail. That's the information in the back, right? It's basically that carved area of the back. How much did you pay for the chair?
$200.
$200. Well, you paid retail for the chair. The chair is worth $200. So you paid retail value for the chair. You bought it at an auction for $200?
Yes.
And then you had to go to Syracuse, New York from Massachusetts to get it.
Yeah, and I got like 12 antique lamps. I got he had like 50 pieces of
but you paid
Roseville.
$200 for the chair alone.
Yes.
Okay. Well, you paid retail. Did you get a bargain? No, but do you love the chair?
Oh, yes, I do.
Okay, well, then that's important too. Can you tell me your favorite Friends character? The question of the day.
Jen.
Jen.
I like Jen.
Like Jen. Okay. Jennifer Aniston, who played Rachel. Nice.
Yes.
Nice to meet you. Thanks
You
so
too.
much. So, sometimes, you go, I'm building my collection, so I'm going to pay retail. We have a lot of real bargains on this program. We focus a lot on your succeeding with when you find a bargain and such, but it's just as important for a lot of people to say, hey, it's my collection. If I have to pay retail, I pay retail. I don't want you to pay retail. I want you to get it for less, but you also need to know the true value. So, when was electric stretch banding first used for jewelry making? Thanks, Dr. Lori. You're the best. Yeah, we had a wonderful class last night. And if you want to, in fact, participate in the special classes and special events, go to my specials and shop page. Scroll down the specials and shop page. It'll show you all different types of things that we have, whether it's a special event or virtual events, or of course, if you need, particular products where I do get small compensation if you buy a product online, or the Binge Link that everybody's saying, I just found you when I'm binging. So thank you for being my guest too. So a couple of things about that. Yes. And the question was about stretch. That idea of the stretch is a lot of things come out after World War II. So a lot of these innovations you see in jewelry making and metalworking and a lot of different types of methods that we didn't use before are actually a post-war American invention. So that's what you're looking at there. Good question. Good question. I love your questions, and I love to hear, of course, your comments too. Hi, I'm Dr. Lori. Thanks for being my guest. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, Jessica from Connecticut.
Hi, Jessica.
Hi.
Connecticut's beautiful now.
It sure is.
What have you got, hon?
All right. So I have a bronze statue.
You certainly do. So it looks like it's a little cherub, and he's holding, what is it, a bird he's holding?
Yes.
Get closer. There it is. Stop. 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 Move over toward your face. Stop. Back up. Straight back. Slowly. Stop. There it is. Now we're seeing it. Well, if you can just hold it there for a second. A couple of different things about it. First of all, it is bronze. It is patinated with a red-brown patina, which is very typical of patinated bronze in the late 19th century. This particular piece looks like it is relatively complex. The more complex, the more difficult it is to actually manufacture. So that's wonderful. Is it marked on the base?
Yeah.
What does it say? Moreau? Who does it say?
Yes, exactly.
But says Moreau.
I think it's an H. Where'd it go?
Yeah. All right. So Augustus Moreau is usually the one that we typically see. How did you acquire it?
Goodwill.
Okay. And how much did you pay?
30.
How heavy is it? You're moving it around like it's not too heavy.
No, it's not. I mean, it's heavy. Yeah, it is heavy.
Can you back up again, and can you show it to me without us seeing you? I want to see just the object. Turn it over to the bottom for me. It's not bronze. So that's basically a piece that they put at the bottom. That piece actually is spellfar that's been patinated to look like bronze. You're heavy. It's too easy for you to hold. It shouldn't be that. It should be much more heavy for you. I would say value on that piece, you paid 30, value on the piece is about $200. So for a $30 investment, you did fine.
Right.
Late 19th century reproduction of a sculpture by a French artist named Moreau based on actual sales records. I had one that I showed at a special class last night that someone purchased at an estate sale. It was worth $3,000. Much bigger, but a beautiful piece. So if you're looking for sculpture, those are the types you want to look for. Sometimes you'll get spellfar, which is a base metal, inexpensive, and sometimes you'll get the real thing. Weight is going to tell you. But I'm glad that you had a mark on it too. Will you answer my question of the day, sweetie?
Sure.
Friend's character. Who's your favorite?
Rachel.
Rachel. Okay. Yeah, she was stylish, Rachel, right? Oh, thanks. Nice to see you. Thanks again. So she got it, of course. She bought it for only $30, but that piece has to be heavy to be bronze. Bronze is heavy. And the castings of it. The other thing about it, one of the other tips, You notice there was this circle and then there was a screw at the bottom. That's another thing you want to look for. And I want to teach you what to look for, because when you know what to look for, you're going to be empowered. You're going to be able to identify quality. I was talking to a person on a video chat the other day. He said, Dr. Lori, you're teaching me how to look for quality. I don't even look at the other stuff that I used to look at anymore. I look for the quality, and the quality equals value. Hi, it's Dr. Lori. How you doing? What's happening? You're standing there like, I'm waiting.
Just waiting on the doctor.
How are you doing? What's your name?
My name's Mary from Columbus, Ohio.
Hi, Mary. How's it going? OH, I guess, right?
OH, always.
Yeah, I know. This Wolverine is a hard time. I love you guys, though. All right. What have we got?
I have this. It is all leather.
Oh, beautiful. Back up for me. Let me see all of it. Oh, yeah, nice. All leather, beautiful musculature. Look at those legs.
Gorgeous.
That's a beautiful sculpture covered with leather. That's just gorgeous. It's got the bridle, and it also has the saddle. Can you tilt it so we can see the saddle? Oh, nice. How did you acquire it?
I got it at Goodwill.
No. How much?
$2.99.
Oh my gosh. Leather equestrian figures are very, very popular in the late 19th, early 20th century. That one's beautiful. Is there any mark on it?
I could not find anything. Maybe
How
it's
long?
under
Nothing at all. Okay, can't find anything. That's not uncommon. How long? How long?
Oh goodness. I'd say he's about
2 feet.
Yeah.
18, like 20 to 24 inches. Is he like 18 to 20 inches from the tail to the?
Yes, I did measure him already, but I forgot because I got so nervous because I loved it so much, and it's just gorgeous.
That piece is worth $500 all day, any day. The equestrian piece, people are going to pay a lot of money for that. It's big. It's beautifully done. It's in very good condition. You know, I don't even think I have to say, oh, put a little bit of leather moisturizer on it. I would leave it alone. I would try not to touch it too much.
Some hair. Some
hair. I want you not to touch it too much because the oils on your hands can attract dirt. You know what happens when your leather couch is old and you had your hands on it for years and years. So try not to touch it too much. If you have to clean it, I want a white cotton cloth only. 500 for how much did you pay?
$2.99.
Amazing. Goodwill. They missed it again. That's a very nice piece. But I want you to market it, of course, to that niche market of equestrian folks who love, of course, the sports of horse racing, the people who, enjoy, of course, the steeplechase, and folks who are just, of course, interested in the equine art. So that's beautiful. Very, very beautiful. Reselling tips. Best time to do that, springtime, of course, and fall. So those are the better times. Holiday time is also a time when we don't really see too much interest in the horses, only because it's sort of more of the horse and carriage kind of thing that we see at holiday time. So I like this better too, the hardcore equestrians. Would you keep it or would you resell it?
Well, I'm definitely going to resell it, but I will keep it till spring, like you say. She'll look pretty in here. She'll look pretty in my.
She'll look pretty anywhere. I think she'll look pretty anywhere. Hey, can you answer my question of the day, sweetie?
I can.
Friends character, your favorite one?
I'm going to go with Rachel.
Now, Mary, did you tell me where you are in the world?
I'm in Columbus, Ohio.
Oh, you told me that. Right, I forgot. Okay. Well, good to see you. Take care. That's wonderful.
Thanks, Dr.
Oh,
Laura.
somebody passed one of those up at an online auction. Don't pass it up. You got to watch the channel. I'm showing you everything. I see everything. Oh, goodness. So wonderful. Terrific. I want to thank my guests. I'm Dr. Lori, PhD Antiques Appraiser. See you next time.